Yakayela Tusa, Alana, they won't get a padu. I don't want about him. Yakayela Boy, Yelaka Mubankai, and love it. What? Jason, there was a kind of heat. Kayama, my German and Ya Dulaka, Ya Babama, Ya Betana, Nelomo, Anumana Kinkelanda, Musuno Pune, Musuno Labai, Ya Betana, Patipatia, and the Lord, and Jaguay, Ya Betana, I love Papa, Yakanela Tusa, I love your melody, my man. I love Yadulaka, Yadukelo, Yasikima, Yakanela Tusa, Oya Kayeli, Alogina Pila.
Well, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the program, the Max K Talk Show. It's a special edition. Oh yeah, coming up shortly, Queen Ebony will be in studio with me. Well, first, let me register my apologies to all of my followers and listeners, fans as well. That due to some other technical problems today, our guest, of course, should have been with us on the show from Kenya, and that's Nairobi, Kenya. Could not appear. We say sorry for that. Definitely we'll rearrange it, and she will come and talk to us here, all the way there from Nairobi, Kenya. Welcome to the Max K Talk Show, special edition. And of course, studio guests are soon to be. Is Queen Ebony of the Ebony Ambassadors, UK. So me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's great to be in your company once again. And then later on we'll come back and do the papers. So let's just take a little bit batch of this team. Sele. I know that Let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's great to be here on the Max K Talk Show. The special edition of this Monday, the 21st of January 2019. We're still waiting for our studio guest to arrive. Miss Ebony of the Ebony Ambassadors United Kingdom. Once you arrive there, we'll be able to we'll do the interview. Once again, this afternoon we should have taken you all the way to Nairobi, Kenya, as our studio guest was supposed to be speaking to us from Nairobi, Kenya, but unfortunately due to some technical problem, we were unable to bring you the program. However, we are working on it to do some technical adjustment so that we can have her on here in a very, very short period of time, hopefully by next week or so. But once again, it's great to be here. It's great to be in your company. And the time from where I sit and broadcast is 21:07. That's me. 7 minutes past 9 o'clock p.m. Here in the United Kingdom. It's a wonderful, wonderful time to be with you as well. And every time I'm with you, I feel safe as well. And so, like I said, we're just waiting for the Queen to join us, and we will be interviewing the Queen this evening or this afternoon. And so we're just waiting for the Queen to arrive in studio. Once she's here, we will keep the ball rolling. But in the meantime, let's take another batch of this theme. Also, just to remind you that Nigeria, or I can say our next door neighbor as well, it's not that far. Nigeria is Nigerians are going to the pool next month for general and presidential elections as well. So we, in solidarity of in African solidarity, I say we wish Nigeria peaceful elections as well. Let's hope that whoever is going to win the election in Nigeria as president, head of state, let them put Nigeria and Nigerians first. The continent is dying slowly, slowly, slowly. Alright, this is Vanity.
Loose body.
Let's go to Freedom Sierra Leone now.
You trouble. Dance for me. Make it awkward.
Yes, and we're going to leave everything here on this planet Earth.
Waiting God to go be, surely it go be. So why worry? Baby, no worry. Take a easy. Safu, safu. Like no other. This life, vanity. When you young, pass something, vanity. When you can watch something, vanity.
Everything is vanity on this planet.
Take the money you get, vanity. Vanity.
We'll leave everything here. There's no reason why this is big going on. You sit on the progress of your friends, of your people.
Why you want get the old one of vanity? You dey kill you pumping slowly. You dey stab and back. Before he face you smile to her. Yeah, oh. Dunia fool. But God they see you. And you walk now so he dey feel. So why worry? Baby, no worry.
Hey, if you really know that this word is vanity, everything that we bring here, that we met here, we're going to leave everything here. Everything is vanity.
This life, vanity. When you young, pass something, vanity. When you can watch something, vanity.
And then you corrupt people.
The money you get, vanity. Vanity.
No matter how many property you build, you know.
Vanity.
You're going to leave everything here.
Yeah, man. We told the property. We told the property. And not the shit. Who saw you they care with die?
Nowhere.
Always want to see me they cry. Yeah, what a man with that? What a man quick for change? Papa God they see you. And you walk now so he they kill you. So why worry? Baby, no worry. Take a easy. Safu, safu. Life no way This life, vanity.
All right, so we'll be going live with an interview with the Queen. Queen, I'll be interviewing the Queen. I interviewed another Queen here 2 weeks ago, I can say. So let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're still waiting for our studio guests. Still waiting for the studio guests to arrive. Queen Ebony of the Ebony Ambassadors UK, and in fact she represented the great nation of Nigeria here in the UK. This organization actually every year they have Miss I can say Miss Africa, because what they do is they encourage our African citizens that are residing here in the UK to participate in the Queen contest, and of course the winner will merely you would become an ambassador for your country here in the United Kingdom, and then you have to at least undertake a project or projects that will benefit your country of origin. So meaning you have to go back to your country and engage the community, and whatever in whatever way you want to get back to your community, you go back and serve them, and then you come and continue the work here as well. So a lot of them have been engaged in a charitable initiative as well, wherein they go back home, they work with communities really at the bottom there, and they've been doing great. So first of all, let me say a big thank you to Ebony Ambassadors UK. You guys are doing great. You're giving the young people, especially young women, the opportunity to show up their talents and to also empower them in a way, because all these initiatives actually, to me personally, they are is a gesture for the empowerment as well. And so to do such and to encourage young women to participate, to me it means a lot. So Ebony Ambassadors United Kingdom, we want to say thank you so much. I think you've been running now for nearly 6 years or so. I just unfortunately up to now Liberia is here to participate in this wonderful initiative for the young women of African descent who are living here in the UK. I hope this year Liberia will send a representative to represent us, because I just told them the last time. We have beautiful women as well, and we have women who are very active. Let's see, I think we're just about to get our studio guest. Let me see, let me go on my dashboard now and invite her. Let's see, she's on now. Oh, right, something right here. Let's see if we can get her to be added. No answer from live video guest. I don't know what happening to her end. It says no answer to live video guest. Let's try again and see if we can get Ebony Ambassador Ebony Ali. Let's see again. No answer. It's proving to be a bit somehow now. Shouldn't be like this. Okay, please try get out and come back again. Let's see, because it's not being activated from my end. Just make sure you have your gadget as we discussed. Have your gadget in a way that we discussed, or else it won't go through. So Ebony Ali, if you're watching, please try again. Get out of the go out and come back again to click on the video to watch, and let's see, let's try again and see whether we can get you, because we've been here for a little while now. We want to all right, let's see, okay, let's play the song, and then as we start to
shake body, lose body, forget your trouble, dance for me, make you no cry, jolly jolly. Waiting God say go be, surely it go be. So why worry? Baby, no worry. Take a easy, sample, sample. Life no one like that. This life, a vanity. When you yapa something a vanity. When you tawa something a vanity. Take the money you get a vanity. Vanity. Hey, vanity. Vanity. Why you they kill you company for vanity? Why you want get the old one for vanity? You they kill you company slowly. You they stab and back. Before his face you smile to her. Yeah, bo. Dunia fool. But now they see you. And you walk now so you they feel. So why worry? Baby, no worry. Take a easy. Suffer, suffer. Life no one. Oh na 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 na. This life, a vanity. When you yapa something a vanity. When you tawa something a vanity. Take the money you get a vanity. Vanity. Hey, vanity. What's that motor vanity? Yeah, man. We turn the property. We turn the property. And not the shit. Who say you they care with that? Always want to see me they cry. Yeah, po. What's up, man? Weather? What's up, man? Quick for change. Papa God they see you, and you walk now so he they kill you. So why worry? Baby, no worry. Take a easy. Suffer, suffer. Life no one like that. Na 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 na. This life, a vanity. When you yapa something a vanity. When you tawa something a vanity. Take the money you get a vanity. Vanity. Hey, vanity. What's that motor vanity? Vanity. Vanity.
Oh, vanity. Everything we're looking for on this planet. Everything we're looking for on this planet is vanity. Yeah, people, we just hate each other, and we are at each other's throats every day. And some of us are into corruption and sitting over people. Well, benefits what's supposed to go to the people. We're sitting all night, and those people are going to bed hungry also. And tomorrow, the moment that air is out of you, you're gone. Complete vanity. I see no reason why we should live life like this. Okay, let's continue here. We stay trying to get our studio guest, the Queen, Queen of England, let me put it that way, to be with us live. Something happening now, but in the meantime, let's go back to Freetown, Sierra Leone, and take this, because something happening now. So hopefully, soon we'll be joined by our studio guest, Queen Ebony. Ali.
Hello.
You know, one thing I like about this live video, when you are about to be connected by your studio guest or so, the moment you pop up and you see the video, you see the person in the other end, you say, "Wow, thank God." So let me just take this short one here, and then we'll go strictly to our queen. We're 25 minutes late, but we sincerely apologize to you. It's always better late than never. But we're here now, we're here. And the queen is well seated as well. So soon we'll be going live to her. Some people are asking me now, oh, she's the queen of England? Yeah, well, she is. You know what I'm using again. Tell them that I'm here. Tell them that the children are, the children of Africa are somewhere around and they need your help. Anyway, good morning, good evening, good afternoon once again. It's great to be your company this afternoon, the special edition of the Max Kpakio Talk Show. We are live and also live on Boss Media Radio International. It's great that finally we are able to have our queen with us. Yes, I'm based in the UK, so she's my queen as well, my queen of the UK. Queen Ebony, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm very well, thank you. Can you hear me?
Very loud and clear. In fact, everybody's hearing you as well. So long, I'm hearing you. Yeah.
Oh, great.
How was the
I'm
evening?
very well,
Happy New Year, first of all. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too.
Thank you. And also thanks for honoring our request. Thanks for coming on the platform and of course, maybe to share some of your stories with us as well. So, our children that are also following the programs, by how you will give them an inspiration and all those that are also watching live and listening as well via the radio.
Yeah.
Maybe they all can get some kind of an inspiration from you. So it's a wonderful, wonderful time having you on. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation.
No problem.
All right, already commendations are coming in. You look happy and beautiful. Thank you for that, Robert Zawo. Yeah,
Thank
but she's a queen. Now I make her to be a queen, my people. Right. I don't know where to start, but first of all, let's get to know you before we go further. Who is Queen Ebony or Ebony Ali?
Who am I?
Yeah, we want to know you.
I'm a 25-year-old young lady. I studied international relations and journalism. I'm originally from Nigeria, but I was born in the UK. I was born in London. So yeah, that's all I have to say for now regarding who I am. I'm someone that is passionate about making change and a difference in other people's lives. I'm someone who enjoys volunteering. I like reading. I like writing. I love to travel. Yeah, so I would say that's me pretty much.
What would you write? Reading, you read? I mean, that means you are into education then.
I would say, yeah. I think I'm fortunate to have an education. So I would say, yeah, I'm into education in the sense of like I have taken up many opportunities to be educated to degree level, really.
Oh, okay. Okay, so which area is your interest in terms of maybe where you got your degree of discipline from?
I studied international relations and journalism.
Oh, okay.
So I would say I'm really interested in journalism and also international development.
Okay.
So seeing other countries develop is really something that's close to my heart. Yeah.
Wow. As far as where our continent, Africa, where it is now, I think what we need more now, or let's say disciplines that we need more people are to actually venture in something like international development, international relations, because at the end of the day, uh, we need to put our houses together. We are divided so much in a way that
Yeah.
every day we only hear about famine, about war, and and things. So I think, I mean, having people like you now coming to join others on board, I think we're going to make Africa a great place. Do you? Where do you stand? You were born in the United Kingdom. Yes, your parents from Nigeria also. Where do you stand? Are you in between? Or are you more of?
Um, I would say I'm Nigerian. I'm British, by nationality, but I have Nigerian descent. So I don't know if that puts me in the middle, but I guess you could say that. My mum was born here as well, so I guess you could say that I'm in the middle in some respects. Yeah.
Okay. And so in terms of well, behind there, which is Nigeria, uh, are you kind of connected with the community there, or it's just something you're about to do? How is it?
I would say because I actually went to Nigeria for the first time last year.
Oh,
The first time in my life. And I was able to build a connection there. I have family there as well. My dad's side of the family, I've got many cousins and I've got aunties and uncles in Nigeria. So I have connections with the community there. I've been able to build a good relationship with one of the NGOs since winning Miss Ebony Ambassador and volunteering there. So I do hope to go back there. Yeah, but that's really it.
As a child, I mean, being born in this country and growing up here, wherein our system here do not allow kids to go to bed hungry. The child should eat and go to bed. The child should go to school and have perhaps eat meal at school also. When you first went to Nigeria, take us through. How was it? What was first of all, your first impression? Because I know you saw news, maybe your parents told you about how Africa or Nigeria is. But what was your personal impression you built in you before going to Nigeria? And when you got on the soil, how was it?
I was kind of told to be prepared and be aware, of Nigerian people because a lot of you have to be kind of about your wits. So you have to kind of have a guard up in Nigeria. You can't really be like too free, especially if you're from the UK. They might try to rob you and things like that. So I had that kind of impression going to Nigeria. I would say going there, it's a really funny story. When I got to the airport, I was waiting for my dad to pick me up, and somebody came to offer to help me,
Okay.
and he charged me 20. I think he said £20
Okay.
to help me. So that was my first experience in Nigeria. Just the first night that I got there, and I shouldn't have been shocked, but I was shocked at the same time because you'd want to think that people are genuine, but no, you really can't trust people. So yeah, that was my first experience.
What's about or down there when you perhaps you got ready to say, look, let me see what happening down there. Let me see what happening in the street. Let me see in the community that I'm stopping. Let me see what happening. Let me go and engage with the people. Whether it has to do with children, it has to do with the general public. What did you see, especially for children? I know you quite care about children as well. How was it? What was your feelings like?
So many different emotions. I went to schools to speak and encourage the children in schools, and I also went to an orphanage to give resources as well. I think what was most shocking for me was seeing street children. They would come to your cars and they'll knock on your windows for money, and I think that for me was the most shocking part of it because I've never really seen that. You'd never really see a child, that is on the streets in the
No,
UK. It's unheard of, to be honest. I've never seen that before in my life. So it was really, really heartbreaking to see that.
And it's something that, of course, happening across the continent of Africa. Like what you just saying, I was just watching BBC News 2 days ago, and the young kids, about between 11 and 15, 20 years, so they brought them in studio, and they were talking about hunger. That our kids here are also going to school with hunger. So, and they asked the other girl, she's about 15 years old. I mean, how do you feel when your friend invites you to a party? Do you go to a party also? And she was saying, well, I haven't been to a party for a long time, my friend's party also, because, they expect you to make some contribution also. But because I don't have it, and normally when I get an invitation, I will just tell them I can't make it. I'll give them some excuse, because if I tell them I don't have money, they will tell me, say, oh, I don't mind, I can pay. And because I don't want them to pay, I'll have to give them different excuse. But then when you, in Nigeria, in the context of Africa as a whole, it doesn't happen like that. I mean, it's quite visible what you're just talking about. You see things that your emotions rise as well also. I mean, how did you contain it, the emotion? Was it something that kept you throughout until you left from there? Or you were able to contain and maybe maintain yourself?
Are you talking about like emotion towards like people in need?
Yeah, what you were seeing there. Was you able to overcome it quickly and deal with it? Or was it just it kept following you everywhere you go and you see and you react?
I think I was I would say I was able to overcome that kind of overwhelming emotion, because it wasn't as bad as maybe I thought, because I realized that the people in Nigeria, they had a great kind of community spirit. The people that I engaged with, they were very happy and they were very peaceful, and most of them were quite content with where they were, so it wasn't a depressing thing to see. It was just that everyone was struggling and everyone was just trying to make ends meet, and it was very, very evident. Yeah.
All right. Her name is Ebony Ali. She's a Queen Ebony as well, of the Ebony Ambassador United Kingdom. She's our studio guest this afternoon or this evening, depending from where you're listening to us or watching this program live. We welcome you and thank you so much for joining us. This special edition of the Max Kpakio Talk Show. And it's great to have a queen with us representing Nigeria as well, not only Africa, but Nigeria in particular, on this beautiful segment of the special edition of the Max Kpakio Talk Show. Now, the Ebony representation, the contest also, how did you get involved?
So long ago now, but I remember, I think I saw it online. I found it online. It was during a time I think I was working part-time. I was looking for things to do, and I saw the competition and I contacted, I think I kept up to date with what was going on, and then I went for an audition. Yeah. And that was at the beginning of 2017, and I got through the audition and I had to go through various like stages of preparing for the grand finale. Right. And that involved me going through like skills development workshops. Mm-hmm. So one of the skills development workshops that I went on was skills empowerment workshops, and one of them was learning how to sew clothes. Another one was cake making. There was rhinestone embellishment. There was many different workshops that I had to do, and then I had to showcase it on the night, which was in July.
That's when across the board, or you have to, you as an individual have to do all of these, or do you guys have to do, like, you guys are contesting?
Yeah, so all of us girls, all of the the contestants had to learn different types of skills. So it's all about empowering yourself by learning new skills. Because the founder of Miss Ebony believes that, you know, if you have a skill, you can use it to basically survive. And once the person had won, they go on to now going back to their home country and delivering workshops. So that's actually a big part of what I did in Nigeria. As well as visiting schools, we delivered a 3-day workshop program they were for widows and just women that wanted to learn new skills. And we did that in, I believe it was in Ikeja. That was the community that we did it in. And women came from different places just to participate in the workshops, which was really good to see.
So in terms of the opportunity itself created by Ebony's Ambassadors UK, your overall, experience and your overall, analysis with respect to what they are there for. What is your take on it?
My experience of Miss Ebony Ambassador.
Yeah, and what is your own take on the whole idea of Ebony's Ambassador UK coming together?
Oh, okay. I think my take on the whole Miss Ebony thing is that it's a good way for young women to gain confidence and gain new skills. And going back home is really important, because the whole idea is for Africans within the diaspora to go back home, you know. And for someone like myself, someone British born that had never been back home, it was a really good opportunity for myself to go back and just to really go back to my roots, remember where I'm from, and give back to where I'm from. So I think it's really good.
So now, prior to you participating, becoming a contestant also, what was it like? Life as a whole, from your own perspective, from your side, before joining in to participate in this contest. And what was your thought? What was your initial thought, in fact, first of all, for becoming a contestant?
Okay, I'd say life before Miss Ebony Ambassador 2017, it was okay. My life was good, actually. I was working as a tutor, but I think I wanted to do more. The reason why I participated in the pageant was because I was very intrigued in the idea of a beauty pageant. You know, I'd seen them on like social media. I thought, you know, is it something that I could do? I'd seen my older cousin participate in one, and I just wanted to see if this was something that I could do. It was a challenge for me. I wanted to see, can I do this? You know, not necessarily even to win, to be honest with you, but just to participate, just to see if I was able to just go through this, if I was going to be brave enough, you know, bold enough to take that step. I wanted to learn new skills. I just wanted to develop on public speaking. I wanted to just, be able to stand in front of people and talk and share my story as well, because prior to Miss Ebony, I had the story, and I just about found my voice in terms of sharing my story, because my story was about mental health, because I had a really bad mental health episode when I was 19, and I was in a hospital for 3 months, and I started to write a book about this. And it was my story, and I wanted a platform to be able to share with more people what I'd gone through, so that they could understand that, you know, you can find hope after these kind of situations happen to you, and you know, you can go on to like fulfill your destiny, live your dreams, fulfill your purpose, find hope and meaning to life again, because I think that was something that I felt like I didn't have for a long time. But when I started to find it, I was like, I want to share this with people. So those were like my main motivations from joining Miss Ebony.
Right.
And of course, I wanted to go back home. I'd never been to Nigeria. I was like, this could be an amazing opportunity for me to go back to my country. So why not just take the chance?
All right. Let me just bring you in this already. I will guest that should have been with us, like I've been talking on this show, Mrs. Susan Jumba of course, she should have been with us from Nairobi, Kenya this afternoon. She just say that she also registered her sincere apologies because I've been apologizing on her behalf. She's on the platform with us now, but she says sorry to all of you that she wasn't able to be with us on the show, but we'll have to we'll have to rearrange it, and she will come back to us so we can do a discussion. So yes, Mrs.
Okay.
Juma, all the way there from Kenya, welcome on the platform. It's great to see you here as well, watching the program. Now, did you see up to this point? Do you ever envisage to see Ebony Ambassadors UK? You know, the whole thing about this contest. Do you see it as a means of empowering women, or how do you see it? Do you see it as a means of just making some of you guys famous? Also, what is it like?
That's a really good question. I think it's what you want it to be. I think it's what you make it to be. I think it's about giving back to other people. It's a charity, so I don't think you can really like go into it for fame necessarily. But I think it's for people that want to make a difference in the life of others. If you want to be empowered yourself as a woman, and if you want to empower other women, I think it could be a great platform. With things like this, you know, no one's gonna really hand you everything that you know, like everything on a platter. You still have to like work hard within it. And I personally, I felt like it's a job. It's, you know, you're like a brand ambassador, really. So that's something I would say that people should be mindful of.
Because what I've normally see, especially where we are, young people nowadays, I think majority when they want to take part in these activities, their first impression is, I just want to be famous. You know, I don't care if I win, I'll become famous. I will have television interviews, I'll have I'll have all the paparazzis running after me. But then your concept of coming into it was to say, well, I want to go there, and perhaps if I had the opportunity, I just want to make a difference in the community, which is quite, you know, welcoming. Now, how has it been so far, carrying your crown?
So sorry, apologies. Sorry, do apologize. I would say that I'm no longer Miss Ebony Ambassador, because I finished my reign last year.
You know what I'm saying? How was it carry your crown?
Oh, how was it? It was a great opportunity to network, meet new people, go to events. Yeah, I'd say it was a great opportunity for me to meet new people and go to events and to do something that I thought I couldn't do, public speak. You know, it was very, for me personally, I think it was very much a personal journey, you know? So I think it was a personal journey for me, a journey that I undertook.
The whole process, did it actually contribute to the story you just told about, you know, at the age of 19? Did the story actually, did the whole experience actually contribute to maybe developing you more in knowing yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I would say I remember on the night of the finale, when I won Miss Ebony Ambassador, I was very surprised because it was actually before I even won that they gave me the title Miss Elegant, and I was actually very surprised because it helped me to think about where I'd come from and, you know, what happened to me when I was 19, and I shared a bit about that on the night. That, you know, so it's really an honor to be crowned Miss Elegant. It's an honor to be crowned a queen, etc. Especially based on my personal journey. I would say for me it was more of a personal thing. My journey with God, my journey in life. For me, it it was significant for me personally. Yeah.
Based on the brief story you shared with us about the age of 19 and what you were going through, do you think there's a problem in our own maybe African community here in the United Kingdom, as far as your personal story is concerned, and how can we, the parents, what can we do? How can we actually investigate something like that? That's something happening, especially to me now as a parent.
I think when it comes to mental health, it's not something that you can see straight away, but it's something that exists.
All right, we just got a kind of a hiccup there. Let's hope we're gonna get Ebony back. She is the queen. She was the former queen. Let me put it that way. For the Ebony Ambassadors United Kingdom. She's been doing pieces, and we just lost her. That's a technical connection, but she'll come back. Mrs. Susan Jumba, all the way there in Nairobi, Kenya. Unfortunately, due to some other technical problems, we were unable to be connected. And so she just came down. She's on the platform as well, watching live from Nairobi, Kenya. She says sorry for her not to have been able to join us early. Let's see whether we can get back to. Okay, something is going on. So let me see. Okay, try again. Let's see. We've also Ebony Ali of Ebony Ambassadors United Kingdom. These are the group of people that came together and decided to say, well, we want to give voice to the young women of African descent who are in the United Kingdom. We want to create an avenue to empower them. We want to create an avenue where they can have a space for them to voice out, for them to also do what they want to do in terms of giving back in the communities. So every year, it's been going for nearly about 5 years or so. They have a queen contest, and Africans, let's say women from African descent, they representing their own countries, they participate in the queen contest, and we actually be representing their country, and they have to go back to their country to go and at least do some community service through volunteering. Either they choose a particular, they can begin to work. So we stay here trying to be reconnected with Ebony Ali. Let's see. Let's hope we're gonna get her so we can go right back with the discussion. It's great to be here.
Hello, back.
Special edition of the Max Kpakio Talk Show is always the case. Technology will always have to interfere. All right, you were en route in a question. We just lost you.
Yeah, sorry about that. The reception, I think, you know.
Ebony, first of all, how do you feel representing an entity or becoming a winner of such an entity, such a contest, wherein you're not only 2 or 3 women? I mean, whole volume of women. What was your initial feeling after you won it? Did you cry? Did you jump for joy? Also, how was it?
When I won, I felt very blessed, I would say. I don't think I cried. I was in shock. I was in complete disbelief because I felt so content to have participated. Like I said, I went in for different reasons, but I was so happy, and I was very proud of myself that I got on that far and that I did what I set out to do. So winning for me was a plus. It was a bonus. It was like, wow, like all this hard work paid off, because there was a lot of challenges just even before the actual day of the pageant. There was a lot of challenges that I had to overcome, things like nerves, just lots of things going on behind the scenes. So, you know, for me, it was such an amazing feeling winning, but very grateful.
Yeah, you know, let me come back because I wanted to get some, especially for the sake of parents that are also listening. Let's talk a little bit about this mental health issue, because it's a problem. It's a serious problem, not only here in the UK, especially in our community, but different communities as well, especially with respect to children, where under 25 going through something like that. How to actually go about engaging my 15 years old, my 20 years old, my 19 years old with respect to mental health, and how can I actually deal with something like that?
Yeah, so before we got cut off, I was trying to explain. I think the most important thing for you as a parent to do is communicate with your child. Try to understand what is going on in their life. Try to empathize as much as possible. You know, as obviously a Christian myself, as a believer in Jesus Christ.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we do sincerely apologize for this technical problem. If you're watching live, it's frozen, and after that you have to vanish and come back. You tune to the Max K Talk Show, and the 21st of January 2019. The time from where I sit and broadcast is about 4 minutes to 10 o'clock, and I think by 10 past 10 we will be out of here. But thank you once again. It's a great pleasure to be in your company, wherever you are, in your car, at your office, or at home, on the go. It's great to be with you. Thank you so much for joining us. Our studio guest is Miss Ebony Ali, and also of Miss Ebony United Kingdom. She's already a former queen, but she's a former queen, but we just decided to invite her so she can come and talk to us as well, because especially with respect to what she's been doing. So we're still trying to re-link with her. Let's try again. Let's see. All right, it's not working for now. Okay. All right, try again, Ebony. Let's see how far we can go. Welcome back. Let's see whether we can take a short musical break. We'll come back. We continue.
Tell them say you there. Tell you never. Tell them say you there. Tell you never. Tell them say you there. Tell them say you there. Yeah, we dey send them go down. Tell them we dey send them go down. Yeah, we dey send them go down. Tell them we dey send them go down. And the sound sensation comes from the nation. Man, they take Kpakio.
All right, we're still having some technical problem here.
We just send them good up. We just send them good up. We just send them good up. We just send them good up.
Hello, back. Seems like there's a lot of technical difficulties today.
Yeah, now let's see now this mental health issue on parents children relations still how
The answer to your question is that I just think it's very important to communicate with your children, to find out what's going on in their lives, and just to let them know that it's okay to have emotions. Because what I've realized within our community, a lot of young people feel like they can't express their emotions. They feel like their parents can't relate to them in any way, and they're not open about how they feel. And when you're not open about how you feel, you bottle it up inside, and it comes out in different ways, and often those ways are destructive. So communication and openness. I think the home should be somewhere where your children feel comfortable enough to be transparent. And it's okay to be transparent. It's okay to feel, negatively, whether it's good, bad, it's okay to have emotions. And I think that should encourage people to talk through their emotions, express it, deal with it, try to get to the root of these problems, instead of just kind of covering things up to make it to a point where the person can't deal with it anymore.
Okay. You did mention a book. Have you written a book, or you're about to write a book?
I've written a book. I've got it here. Here it is. It's called Beauty for Ashes. Oh. Yeah.
Just to get a little while. Let's see. Bring it closer to the camera. Let's see. Okay. Wow. So what is the book about? I mean, you're just 25 and you wrote a book.
Yeah. So my book is about my testimony, my life story. It's about my experience with mental health from a young age, whether it be witnessing people close to me go through it, and my own personal experience. Okay. Yeah. So I just talk about everything really, and how mental health starts very small, or it can start when you're very young, and then it can develop as time goes by. So things like anxiety, things like depression, and how that can escalate when you're in the wrong environment and not feeling like you have the support that you need.
Yeah. So the book itself, is it out now?
Yeah, so it's out and it's available to publish on available to purchase on Amazon, and it's on Kindle. So it's $8.99 on Kindle. For the paperback copy like this, it's available to purchase on Amazon. Yeah, so it's out now. So it's really about recovery as well. I think that's one of the main things. It's about recovery and moving forward from what you've been through. Okay. So what is the title of it, please? It's called Beauty for Ashes, An Exchange for Hope. So Beauty for Ashes, and here it says at the back, An Exchange for Hope. And it's available to purchase on Amazon and Kindle. Ebony, this is a very, very great work. Thank you. And thank you so much for such initiative. We're going to make sure that we share the link, also the tattoo, everything.
If you can help us, just write it later on when you're watching the video. After the video, you can go back to watch and please leave the detail there so at least we'll be able to share as well. And now, you turned the crown over. You went to Africa. You went back to Nigeria. You did pieces of work. You're back now. Although you've been turning the crown over as well. What's next? Is it only the book, or are you still thinking of perhaps the contacts you built in Nigeria that you will continue to maintain it? What next?
Yeah, definitely. I want to continue writing because that's like my passion. And definitely I am still in contact with the NGO that we worked with in Nigeria. So we worked with the African Child's Trust and Impaja Community Link. So I definitely want to go back and continue to support them in any way I can. So yeah, that's what's next for me for now. I'm very chilled at the moment. I like to take every day as it comes. But I'm definitely looking forward to doing more. I call it humanitarian work. I really do love giving back, and you know, I remember just being in the school, meeting some of those kids, and just feeling so much joy, just to interact with them. Yeah, so I definitely want to go back.
So does that mean all the phobias that you had before about Nigeria, about Africa as a whole, you're going and coming back now, all those phobias have gone away and you can just get on a plane and now you go?
I think they will never completely be gone. I think you have to be careful when you are in Africa. In Nigeria, I know you have to still be very careful, be mindful where you're going, and make sure that you've got people there that can protect you and just tell you what to look out for. Yeah, so I wouldn't say the phobias are completely gone, but I'm not scared to go there. You know, it is home. I have family there, and I just look forward to going back, really.
Okay. Now, Ebony's ambassador, I've given you the opportunity. You serve them, you serve your community.
Yeah.
You give them back, and the doors are now open, and you're going to continue to give back to your community as well. The organization will continue to do similar for women, empowering women through this venture as well. What advice do you have with the parents that are living in the UK and we got, girls, children that are thinking about something like that want it? What advice do you have for the young, woman that perhaps who want to venture, but they still having that kind of that fear of perhaps, engaging with the larger community also? What advice you have for them since 2019 is the Ebony Ambassadors contest is about to kick off. So what advice do you have for them?
I would say don't let fear stop you from doing what you really want to do. Speak to your parents. Miss Ebony was a different kind of pageant. I think that was very well explained to me. It's not just about beauty, it's about your creativity as well. So you're bound to win something from participating. You won't have to expose your body. That was one of the rules. You don't have to do a swimsuit exposition at the finale. You literally are judged on your creativity, your commitment, and your public speaking. And I think all those things are really good skills for anyone to have, and anyone would like to develop them further. So my advice would be, make sure you speak to your parents about it, but don't let fear stop you from doing something that you want to do, because I think I had my fears before starting the pageant, and my parents certainly had their worries as well. But you see, I ended up winning, and the opportunity that came from it, in the end, everyone was kind of like, oh wow, we didn't expect this to happen. And unexpected things happen when you take risks and when you take chances. So that would be my advice to any young woman that wants to do it. Have fun with it. It's a competition, but at the same time, you're really in competition with yourself. You're there to make new friends. I still have friends from Miss Ebony, so it's not all about winning. It's about participating and doing the best you can.
Miss Ali, is there anything perhaps any question that they ask you and something you really want to share with us as well before we let you go? Is there anything?
Anything that they asked me?
Anything that perhaps I didn't ask you, but maybe you wanted to say, or is there anything, or you want anything you want to send out strictly to Miss let's say Ebony's ambassador UK?
Okay. I just want to say thank you for having me on this show, Max. It's been a pleasure. Just want to say thank you to Irene, the CEO of Miss Ebony Ambassador. Thank you for this opportunity. And I just want to say, people who are watching, people who might be future participants on the pageant, just to support, because like I said, it is a charity. So we depended on the donations of others for my trip, for the funding of my trip. So and for the resources that we were giving away. So anyone can, I believe there's a GoFundMe page. If you go on the Miss Ebony Ambassador page, you'll find the GoFundMe page. And if you could just support your best, any little helps, you know, nothing is too small, that would be really, really amazing. And yeah, so thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Well, I mean, we should also say we're very, very pleased to have a queen. Well, there's no former queen. Let me put it this way: a queen is always the queen. We're very, very pleased as well to actually to have you on the show tonight. It's a pleasure, and thank you so much for your time. And thanks for, I mean, every little help you are making out there. You know, whatever difference you're making, you're going to change somebody's life. So thank you so much, and thanks to Ebony Ambassadors as well.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Good night.
Bye.
All right, that was our studio guest, Queen Ali, Ebony, of course. Hang on 1 minute. What a wonderful, wonderful lady there. A young lady. Wow, she's writing a book already. For on mental health. Wow. Yeah, she decided to say, well, you know, I went through this, but I think I can give back to people as well for them to know what is it like. Thank you so much. And I know mental health actually is a serious problem as well in our communities. We don't talk about it. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks to all of you who contributed. Thanks for watching as well. Those of you listening via the internet, we say thank you very, very much as well. This is how we come to the end of this special edition of the Max Kpakio Talk Show. Indeed, Monday, the 21st of January, 2019. It's been a pleasure. Until another time, thank you. Hopefully on Wednesday we go to Nairobi, Kenya, and then on Thursday we will be in Congo Kinshasa. That's DR Congo. They just ended their elections there, so we are hoping to speak to the information minister there. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless the continent of Africa. Above all else, may God bless Mama Liberia. Ebony Ambassador UK. God bless you too. Bye bye for now.